breaking news from Mike Johnson over at PW Insider. And the report is that Cody Rhodes has re-signed with the WWE. And we all kind of knew this was coming. Personally, I didn't know what was gonna. I don't know if we were being. I felt like I was being worked, but it looks like it's official that he is back in the company, and he will be showing up and making his grand return to the company at WrestleMania, which is why we have not seen him on Raw in Jacksonville like everybody thought we were going to. And I feel like that's better than having him come back on Raw. I feel like a person of his caliber should make his grand return at WrestleMania. It will get the pop of the night. Now, let me break down what I feel like is going to happen. And I'm going to break down on the parallels between what we've seen a couple years ago with John Cena and tying it into what's happening with Seth Rollins. So, John Cena, back in 2018, he was in the same position as Seth Rollins is currently right now. And what happened? John Cena wanted a match with The Undertaker. He kept calling him out, throwing shots at him left and right, and no answer. WrestleMania came around. He still didn't have a match. He still had no answer. He was sitting in the crowd as a fan. Now, this to an extent, I don't know think if Seth Rollins is gonna be doing the same thing as him. But the parallels I will say, not Roman, but Seth, he wanted to win a championship. He didn't win the Rumble. He tried to win the Universal Championship. He was unsuccessful. Tried to win the WWE Championship inside the Elimination Chamber. Unsuccessful. Same can go back to a couple years in 2018 in the lead up to WrestleMania 34. John Cena tried to win the Rumble. Unsuccessful. Tried to win at Fastlane in that six-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. Unsuccessful. Tried to win the Elimination Chamber for a number one contenders match against Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Unsuccessful. The only difference is John called out who he wanted to face at WrestleMania. I don't think the thing is with Seth, I don't think you want him to call Cody Rhodes out or say his name. I think you want to keep that a secret or keep it a surprise, even though we already know what's going to happen. But you don't want to spoil it. You want to keep building up tension and keeping everybody invested. And then when it finally happens at WrestleMania, we're all cheering, we're all losing our minds, which is what the company should be doing. They shouldn't be spoiling a return like that on a Raw. Now, I do understand why some people say that because, well, why can't we get a build-up? I feel like all the tension and all the hype that's getting, all the people that's been speculating that he's coming, I feel like that just writes itself. And I feel like I don't think we ever had a one-on-one match with them. I think we had a tag match. If you're going back to 2013, it was Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes for the tag titles. And then they beat them and took the tag titles. So maybe you're going to probably tie that into the story if they decide to keep the feud going, which is more likely going to happen. Now, this is what I think should happen from Cody after he possibly win. I think he should win. So after he wins, what I think should happen, you have him keep feuding with Seth, and then you have both of them in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Have both of them be participants. Give them both separate opponents. Have them win and go into the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think you should give the briefcase to Cody Rhodes. Here's why. Seth Rollins, he's won it the year after. So 2013, he was supposed to win, but they gave it to Damien Sandow. Now, almost 10 years later, he wins the contract, wins the WWE Championship, and then after he wins the WWE Championship, in his first feud, you revisit the feud that wasn't really long lasting or just had their like one or two matches or something like that. Revisit that feud, but this time around with the WWE Championship on the line. Have them go at it yet again, maybe at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship, and then there you have Seth Rollins possibly win, and maybe you build up this like a long-term type of feud. I don't know if they want to make this a long-term feud, but I think it possibly can work, maybe. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to say he wins the WWE Championship and he retains the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. And from there, maybe you have him face other people like Finn Balor, Damian Priest. Maybe have him face AJ Styles. Have him face, who else is on that roster? Maybe Austin Theory. I feel like maybe have him have a dream match with Brock Lesnar. I would love to see that match. I don't think we ever had that match before. But there's the possibilities are endless if you really book it correctly. And also, I forgot to touch on he will be on the Raw brand, which makes all the sense in the world. I don't think he should be going to SmackDown because the only thing he could do over there is probably win the Intercontinental Championship, and that's really it. Either if it's not doing that, he's gonna probably be fed to Roman, and we know Cody's not gonna beat Roman. So I don't think you want to do that. Have him go to Raw, have him have a feud with Seth, have him win the Money in the Bank ladder match, and then have him cash it in and win the WWE Championship. Bing bada boom, we finally get what we wanted for a long time, have him be a world champion. But that is the end of the video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and also when you comment down below, let me know what are some other dream matches or matches you would personally like to see from Cody Rhodes once he comes back to WWE after WrestleMania. But I will see you guys in the next video.